I met a Gypsy. Gypsy Tales, Get Excited Tea, shipping now by John Brendan.
Yo, dog.
We're good.
You can see me all good?
Yeah.
What's happening, man? We're making it happen. Welcome to Gypsy Tales, brother.
Thank you. It took us a little while to get connected, but
Yeah, no, we're good now, dude. Yeah, look, COVID, bro. Let's just blame COVID.
yeah, the computer,
So
had COVID.
Got to give a quick shout out to old Will Bahan, the boss man himself. He connected us. I think he's doing. Essentially, it's on him. I mean, I've tried to have him on the podcast like 30 times, but you know, he is a big deal. So, but he's hooked it up. So, got to give a shout out to the boss man.
Yeah, he definitely takes care of everything.
What's it been like working with Will? Because you when you were younger, I'm sure before you were on a team, you would have been watching Will like winning championships and all that sort of stuff. Like I feel like that would have been like right in your age.
Yeah. I kind of grew up watching him, and then he's the one that actually approached me before everything. And then I've grown with him quite a bit.
So how long have you been?
Cool.
How long have you been on the Star program?
Since 2017, right around Monster Cup.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. And what was it like before that? Were you on a program at all, or was that your first sort of taste of being on like a legit program?
I was on Orange Brigade, KTM,
Yep.
so I mean I had somewhat of a program, but not really like a professional, like everything laid out and like Garrett's on a pull the trainer, like everything just as a package.
Oh, you training with Swanee?
Never, yeah,
Yeah, he's a G dude, huh?
yeah, I love him.
Yeah, no, he's a good dude. I used to have a bunch of fun when I lived over there with old Swanee. He's a beast, man. He's a beast.
Yeah, it's crazy what he can do on a bicycle, and he's great at what he does.
He's one of those dudes that like I was at the gym this morning. I had a crash like 6 weeks ago, so I'm still sort of recovering. I'm just trying to do like the shit I can. And I've been on that Aerodyne bike, and I fucking hate that thing so bad. And I always think like whenever I'm on that, I'm like, all right, man, run towards the darkness. Like go towards it. Don't try and run away from the darkness. Let's go into it. And for me, like it's a struggle. I have to really like coach myself into it. But I feel like with guys like Swanee, man, like he just wants to be there, eh? He wants to be in the Hurt Locker.
He's all about it. Anything that hurts, he's down to do it.
Oh, that's so good, dude. So how was the adjustment then? Like, so you got Orange Brigade, which they're like a super legit program as well. But the Star thing is like, this is like a direct route. Like you're on this same bike. This is the bike you'll be racing when you go pro. You know, there's like a real direct pathway. So is it a cool change to sort of know that like, oh, this is the team I'll go pro with. This is the bike I'll be on, and I'll be with the same trainer. I'll be with the same team manager, all that kind of deal.
So for me, like with Orange Brigade, you still they supply the bikes and stuff, but you're still doing everything by yourself. Like you do your motors, your training, and then going from that to Star. It's nice. Just you're on the best. You're training with the best. And then just having like everyone around you, it's sick. Like I couldn't be happier.
And that Yamaha 250 is a joke. How good it is, eh?
It's like because growing up, I've always had the excuse like Reynolds has got PC, and then but like now it's like you have no excuse.
Yeah.
You're on the best. So.
Yeah, I went to Townley's place in New Zealand, and we did like this ride tour deal that he does over there, and I rode a 250F the whole time, and I was like, dude, this bike is insane. Like I never liked Yamahas. I'll be the first person to admit I never liked Yamahas. And then I got on that thing and I was like, wow, like this makes me feel like a good rider.
See, like I wasn't really a fan of anything besides KTM until like Cooper Webb,
Yeah, right.
and then yeah, it was like after seeing him win everything, and then like knowing that I had the chance to be on that team, I was just like, it's mind blowing.
Yeah, it's crazy. Obviously, I'm 32. Like you're what 16. So there's like a big age
16.
difference in terms of the people that I looked at as like the pro. You know what I mean? The coming up sort of dudes. I was like Chad Reed, Ricky Carmichael, and it's like you obviously would have seen those guys too. But I'm sure that the guys that you really would have, the guys you would have watched, like I watched Chad and Ricky, are probably like Eli, Cooper, Roxon. It's like a totally different demographic, and that to me is like that's pretty cool to think about. The way I look at those guys is the way that you probably looked at Eli and Cooper and stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely.
I still look at, it's funny too, because I wonder if this happens to everybody. Like, I still look at Coop and Eli and Kenny like they're Groms, even though they're now like the dudes that are in the 450 class. So it's funny, man. I feel like whatever age you were when you looked up to like the star dudes, you know what I mean? Like the biggest names in the sport, they will always be your idols. And then like everyone under you, no, even when they're on 450s killing it, they'll just be like these little grommies, you know?
Yeah, like just watching like Cooper, I got to watch him at Loretta's like his last couple of years, and then to just see him get through everything, it's kind of like who I've always just watched.
Yeah. What's it like watching, because now you're kind of the dude, I guess. Like, because when are you going to go pro?
Next year, not sure around when, but
Yeah, okay. So, like, you're the Cooper Webb to somebody else now, you know? Like,
yeah,
you're
it's
winning.
crazy to think about.
Yeah, like, you're winning the titles at Loretta's in the, the last kind of year. And then, yeah, there's going to be kids that are now going to model their career off what you're doing.
Yeah, it's to sit back and like think about stuff like that. It's crazy.
So this,
Like I don't know how to explain it.
so this would have been your last Loretta's then, eh?
So we kind of plan on doing Loretta's A next year,
Oh, cool.
but how everything's going like really good, it could change any day. So
Yeah, that's true, huh? What
yeah.
what's your headspace like in terms of the going pro thing after watching Jett? Did that change? Did like people in the AM community talk about what Jett did this year now, and do you think that sort of like changed in people's minds on like the way that you should go pro?
For me, it was always I kind of always had the plan to go pro around like 7.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
just I guess now like the bar's higher. You know, you don't really have an excuse if someone else can do it. You can.
Yeah. Because I thought about that, man. Like, probably, I guess you got James that was pro at 16 and straight away was killing it, and then Travis, and it's like that's kind of it, really, to do the sort of like no one's really done it in that way, the way that Jett has in a while, right?
Yeah, definitely. It's like unheard of.
Yeah, but it'll be interesting to watch. I've had a few conversations with people like that. People asking, if I think it's going to change the way that guys do go pro.
I mean, for me, like not really. It doesn't change much. Just I guess now you're expected to be that next Jett.
Mm. Yeah, kind of raises like the level of like what you could achieve, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So was it a decent prep, like lead up that you had going into Loretta's this year with the whole COVID thing?
Well, for me, I got hurt. I broke my back in January.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so I didn't get back onto the bike until I actually had a pretty speedy recovery. So around like I think March or April. So for me, like that's right when COVID started, and then I mean it didn't slow anything down. I was just already kind of behind. So and then yeah, I mean it didn't change much for me.
Yeah, okay. Was there? I guess there probably was a bit of a question mark though as to like whether or not Loretta's was even going to run for a while.
Yeah, I never really. There's only that chance, but I always looked at it as it's happening.
Yeah, yeah. So I guess it kind of makes it. Yeah, I mean, you're gonna just prepare for it regardless, right?
Yeah, I was like, I looked at it as there's no way it's not happening.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, dude, can you imagine a year where Loretta's just didn't happen? That would be like a
Yeah,
weird parallel universe, right?
yeah, like I don't know. No one's really. I don't even think anyone really thought it wouldn't happen because it's the race.
Yeah. Dude, you know what's crazy? Wes Williams, 21 years in a row at Loretta's.
Yeah,
How
yeah,
how gnarly is that?
it's good to really see him there.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I saw like he posted that, and I knew he was on a streak, but I didn't know that it was gonna be like 21. Can you imagine breaking that streak? Like he almost needs to go to like 25 years just so he could say for a quarter of a century he went to Loretta's every single year.
Yeah, I thought he missed it for a couple years after like Verb went away.
Nah, but see, he was always doing Red Bull work there. So he went regardless.
Yeah,
And I'm pretty sure there was 1 year where, when I lived over there, where he had no work. He just went because he didn't want to like miss a year, you know?
yeah, that's crazy to think about. Is that many years?
Are you stoked that Verb's back?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I never would have thought it would have been back.
Dude, do you remember,
Like,
like, were you one of the Grommies that grew up on Verb bids?
uh, always as that's all there was to do.
Yeah, true, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah. Nah,
but
I'm so stoked that they were able to come back. Their content was sick too.
it's crazy like how Verb was the only thing back in the day, and now there's like so many people that are trying to do the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah, they just magic. They just had like a magic recipe, man, that
Yeah,
crew.
yeah.
So 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 how did the races end up going for you at the ranch this year? I mean, obviously you come away with the title,
Best it's
but
ever been for me.
yeah, so run us through that shit.
So the week started off rough. 39th gate pick,
Oh,
and 450B too. So horrible start. Got third. So it started off pretty down because that was really the class that was easier for me.
yeah.
And then later that day, had the 250B moto and worked through the pack a little bit and won that one. So after that, I was like, all right, I can do this. And like my mindset just completely changed. And yeah, the rest of the week was really good.
Yeah, man, everything I saw that had you in it, you look like you were ripping pretty good.
Yeah, I was definitely going for it all week.
So let's like talk about the mindset thing. So like you get 39th gay pick and then you get third in the class that you thought you would have killed it at. Like what do you, because I think now like I'm in my 30s and I'm still learning mindset shit. I'm still learning how
Yeah,
to be on top of my own game, and there's so much stuff I wish I knew when I was a younger kid, like what sort of stuff are you doing to sort of try and like get that extra like mental experience? Like what do you like, where does that come from for you?
Actually, about 2 months ago, I got a mental coach,
Yeah.
and that's really just changed it for me. I'm like a completely different person now, just a lot happier, and just a whole better mindset going into training and into races. I'm just like I'm the guy now.
So describe
So
your
that's
describe your old mindset then.
just for me, it was like going there, and I know I put in the work, but there's always the other guy, you know.
Yeah.
It was, can I beat him, or can I do this? And now it's like I can do it.
And and
That's really what's changed for me.
and where do you reckon that come from though? Like why didn't you sort of have that confidence beforehand?
I'm not sure. Just I think the mental coach really just he had me like running through my head a lot, just run the race and just over and over every night, and then going to the race and knowing what to do at the exact moment.
Yeah.
It changes everything.
And so did he work on like helping you get a routine before motos or anything like that?
So like after every meta that I do, I'll write down what I did good and what I can work on, and then it kind of just sets it in your head that that's what you need to do.
Yeah, that's sweet. Yeah, because man, it's so valuable to really start to hone in on that shit when you're young. And man, I think that the mistake that people can make is thinking that, like, let's say like a Ryan Dungey or a Ken Roxon, like I've been around both of those two dudes in the prime of their career, like at the practice track, at the test track with them, and like they're going through the same shit that everybody else is. Like they're going through
Yeah,
doubts, they're having bad days, and I just think that one of the things that when I was younger, I didn't realize is that everyone had those same problems and you just had to work through them. Whereas I sort of thought in my head, I was like, fuck, man, I bet that Ricky Carmichael just doesn't have a bad day. I bet Ricky Carmichael doesn't have any doubts. I bet he doesn't have any like negative thoughts or any of that shit. I bet he's just always killing it and that's why he does good. But in reality, like the older you get and the more you do it, you learn like, no, everybody has that head noise. Everybody's overcoming the same stuff. Really, the race is about who is able to overcome it better on the day. And if you can, I feel like if you can learn that from a young age, and I think that's what's so cool about, the STAR program. Like you look at, you got Will, you got Swanee, you got all of those dudes that are around. It's like you get a chance to really learn the correct like mindset techniques.
yeah, definitely. And like I'll be honest, out of everyone, I have the most bad day. And for me lately, it's like I put my head down. It's like this is what I want to do. So I've just made those bad days better.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all I can do. So
Yeah, man. It's such like a powerful thing when when you really start to see some results of that kind of stuff. Like, you're working with a mental coach and you see the results. And now it's like you can work as hard on your mind as you do on your body or on the bike.
yeah, it's like for me, it's more off the bike than on the bike.
Mm.
And then when on the bike, everything they worked off the bike is putting to use.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it makes so much sense, but I just don't know. Well, for my own personal experience, like I just didn't know that stuff when I was younger.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and my parents have helped with that as they put everything together, and it's helped a lot.
yeah, that's awesome, man. Yeah, it's such a cool Yeah, it's such a cool feeling when you can like put in some work on that front and you actually see like a bit of a payoff.
Yeah, definitely. That's everything at Loretta's. That's the best thing that came out of it.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
that's
just
super cool.
seeing everything work out.
What was the vibe of Loretta's like this year with everything that was going on with like the pandemic and stuff? Did it feel like a pretty normal Loretta's?
Honestly, nothing changed.
Really?
Yeah, I was expecting it to be like pretty tame, but no one was
Shit
no
still
one
got
was having it.
wild.
They went there to have fun.
Oh, dude, that's so cool, man. What do you think about the pro national being at Loretta's?
That's pretty crazy. I never saw that one coming.
Dude, same. I never thought we'd see that.
I I was saying the whole 250 podium is just gonna be rookies.
Yeah, you think so? Like the dudes that were there last year, pretty much.
I think Pierce Brown's gonna do insanely good.
Really? That's your call, huh?
That's my call. Yeah,
Dude, that's sick. I might put some money on Pierce Brown then.
yeah. Pierce Brown, he's always been pretty good there. Just he's had crashes, but like uh, there's a GoPro. I think it's Schoolboy 2 2018,
Yeah.
and he goes down and he gets up and he works to the pack and wins some. If he rides like that, he'll win.
Dude, that's heavy. Yeah, I might go back and watch that. Man, I was really impressed with Pierce Brown this season. Like for a rookie, there were
Yeah,
some races, man. He ripped, dude. Like he really rode good.
I think was it Atlanta that he.
Atlanta was his best round, I think. Didn't he come from like way back to fifth?
I think that was his first round and his best round. And after that, I was like, he's got it.
Mm. Yeah, he's a talented kid, man. Super talented.
Yeah, yeah. It's cool seeing because I used to train with him at MTF a couple years back, and it's cool seeing him work through everything and then go pro and do that good.
Yeah, I mean, it's you guys all have such a clear pathway to like being a professional rider over in America. Like kids that come from Australia
Yeah,
or whatever, it's such a roundabout deal. Like I'm real good
yeah,
mates with Luke Clout, and it's like his career to get to West Coast Lights was just so
yeah,
crazy. Like he's almost won a 450 title here, and he's like racing all over the world, and he's done a couple of stints over there just to get back there. But you guys have such like a more direct route, but there's so much competition that you guys
yeah,
have to sort of bust through. But I think we look at it over here as just like, oh yeah, like they've just got it, you know. But you guys have such a crazy amount of people that are all trying to do the same thing, right?
yeah. Like B class this year, there's like 7 dudes that were running the exact same lap time.
Really?
Yeah, like it's insane. It's just who could do it after the 10-minute mark.
Yeah, yeah. And so what's your normal program like? So you're in Louisiana now, but
Yeah.
do you go and stay at MTF or whatever, or like are you still doing that?
So I've been with Swanee for like 2 years now.
Yep.
So I've just been full time in Cali,
Oh,
and
sick.
then after Loretta's, I got a couple weeks off, so I came home.
Yeah, awesome. Well, where do you live in Cali?
Marietta, I rent a place out there.
Oh, sick. So you're just fully on the
Yeah,
program right now.
yeah. It's everything the pros do. I'm just following their footsteps.
Dude, that's so cool. What did you think when you first moved to California from Louisiana? Oh, well, I suppose you would have been at MTF.
Yeah, I moved there, and it was just like it was different. I didn't really like it.
Yeah.
Tracks aren't very good. But then like sitting back and seeing who it's worked for, and then doing what they do, it changes your mindset about it.
Yeah, I mean, like you can't really argue with being around the test tracks, always being at a test,
Yeah.
always got someone fast at the tracks, Glen Helen every Thursday. I mean, but you're right,
Yeah.
like it's not a very fun place to live.
No, it's definitely not the ideal place. It's hot. Tracks aren't good, but get through it and it pays off. So
That's it, man. There's like one thing that I think kids don't understand or like have perspective on is that like Ryan Dungey ain't even 30 and he's retired. And it's
yeah,
like 30 is so young. And kids that
yeah,
if kids could like your age could have that same perspective that you do and then buckle down for, 10 years of real hard work. And if you kill it, like then you can have the next 50 years to do whatever you want.
yeah.
But if you
Yeah,
fuck
that's how I've always
around,
looked at it.
yeah, like if you fuck around, then it's like, I mean, you can have 10 years, you can do all right, you can maybe make some money, then you're going to have to get a job. So it's like, to me, man, like it seems like a no-brainer, I guess, from the outside in, but that's easy to say when you're not the one that's having to do all the road miles, all of the, the days of the track, all the testing, all the racing. But I mean, you could ask any of those guys like a Villapoto or a Dunge and they'd say like, yeah, man, just buckle down, get it done and then dip.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's definitely tough. For me, I have the days where I'm just like I'm ready to go home, and then later at night you just think about it, you're like your mindset just changes. Like in the moment you're over it, and then you think about it and you're like, no, this is the only path. Like this is the only thing that I want to do. So
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool, man, to have
it
that.
definitely gets tough.
Yeah. And I think too, man, like Louisiana to Murrieta is, you might as well have moved countries.
It's when you go from Arizona to California, it's just like you flew completely on the other side of the world.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
Yeah,
you'd be like full country boy,
completely
man.
different. Nah, I'm not that bad. If you come to Louisiana, it's you think I'm normal.
Yeah, dude, trust me, I've been to Louisiana. I've seen some weird shit.
Yeah, there's some weird people here.
Oh, it's awesome, but oh, that's funny. Well, dude, we gotta get Ryder DiFrancesco on the phone, but I appreciate you coming on for a quick chat, man. It was it was cool to
Yeah,
talk to
no
you. And
problem. It's fun.
you smoked it at Loretta's, so whether or not
Thank you,
we
thank you.
see you there again or making your pro debut, we'll be watching, man, and we'll have to get you on again at some point.
Yeah, that'd be sick. Look forward to it.
All right, brother. Thanks so much, man. I really appreciate it, and keep shredding.
All right, thanks.
See you, brother.